Swagger, cold as a stranger from Pennsylvania, chilling in the W where they live famous, throwing up the Franklin's, showing that I'm living, already acting like I'm worth 20 million, shaking off these haters like snow from my boots, champagne bottles and all white suits, show up out of town in all white boots, feeling like the shit cause it's all right too. Government scandal put the state on trial. PAs and judges are the criminals now. The whole judicial branch is a fucking cash cow, so they don't have to take me out before I take them all down. This is Mad City. This is our town. If we in it for a penny, then we in it for a pound. Trolling online like you a bunch of gangsters. Meet us at the Coliseum, we'll entertain you. It's life with my feet up. Fuck some new sneakers. I rule my own empire. Julie is superhero reason third dimension. That the crew that I fuck with. Stop trying to hide from me. Let's do this in public. Yeah. All right. You know what it is. Welcome to You're a Mess with your host, Taibu Mu'addib. Our guest host didn't fall through on us, but we still gonna go hard anyway because I need to know, ladies, what's going on with your body counts. And then come to find out that y'all know what men want. Y'all know what men gonna say when it comes to the body count, but you still get out there and bust it open anyway. Somebody said that, yo, we don't think about it when we're young. You know, what a man's body count is before he marries somebody. What his requirements are. We just doing us. But then it comes back to bite us in the tailbone. And we want to have a real relationship with somebody. It's deep, tight, and more deep. Thank you for stopping by. Shout out to my brother Latif out there in Long Beach producing the intro track. We're going to make it happen. Stay tuned. Who Fox with me Friday is going down. Ladies, what's going on with that body count? We need to know. So I talked to a couple of ladies, a couple of good folks, man, at the bar, and they was telling me, yeah, we know what men prefer when it comes to a body count, but we're not thinking about that. And we decided that men can't continue to approach us the same way anyway. Now I respect that. I really do. But at the end of the day, there's still the issue of marriage. What's the best way to bring a child into the world? As a married woman, ladies, or as a potential baby mama, right? Hmm. Love my job, man. Shout out to all my clients for trusting me with your health and fitness. Happy to do the show tonight. Happy to log on here, getting myself some sugar, wake me up. It was an extremely long week. Hmm. Well, without further ado, talked to a couple of ladies, and they was telling me that they knew exactly how many men a woman could be with and still be considered marriage worthy from a male's point of view. They guessed exactly right to what the men say. 10 or 5, single digits. You have to be down in single digits, ladies, to expect a man to take you seriously. Now, I just wondered, how do you get past that number then? How do you set it up like that? I just want you to know that, yeah, you're not thinking about that. You're thinking about your right to choose. You're thinking about your right to be free. But when it comes time to get married, fellas, this is the one thing that we control: standards. What's going on, digital? This is the one thing that we control, fellas. We control standards. Ladies might not want to keep that vaginal virtue together, but when we have higher standards, they will get themselves together. If you fox with me, drop a fox emoji in the comment section. Well, yeah, podcasting going 10 minutes late than I usually do it, but God is good. So we're going to get the show on the road. A lot of people talk about things that make no sense, frivolous conversations. Now, I don't really particularly have time for frivolous conversation, people, but I will entertain you uh, if you are really going through something. This is true. No such thing as a stupid question. Actually, the stupidest question is the question that isn't asked. So make sure you come on for the Ask Shay portion and ask your questions right here live. If you forget to send it in, the show comes on, you're like, oh, I forgot to put the question. You can just ask her live right here in the comment section. Mm. Now, Ask Shay is a segment I devised for Shay to show her skills and knowledge in relationships. The thing to keep in mind is we're still a greater village. We're still a greater community, all of us. So when you ask Shay, you're asking one of 12 years experience being married. You're asking her, she has two children. She is a super mom. And so the Ask Shay portion is more about, fellas, you wanting to know how do you help your lady become your backbone, not just to walk away. She'll tell you. Ladies, you want to know how to become a man's backbone so you can outcompete the other ladies trying to get with them. Women can smell a good man a mile away. So learn how to compete with the crowd, the competition, ladies, by becoming his backbone. Mm, can't make this up. Taibu Mu'addib, that's the Ask Shay portion. Now, right or wrong, I have the right or wrong segment on here for Shay as well because we all consider ourselves right. Shay does a very good job of bringing up conversations and topics that help us realize that we might be right or wrong. By simply talking about topics and we try to figure out who's right or wrong, or you're giving your opinion about it, you got to take time, take pause to listen to other competing opinions. We can't do anything but grow on this show, is what I'm saying. Taibu Mu'addib, this is your mess. Let's go. Mm. Waking myself up with a lovely piece of cake and some ice cream. Cake and ice cream do not accept no substitute for a cake and ice cream. It's awesome. A lot of you got the invite to join the show. I want folks to jump in here if you fox with me, and let's have a good time. Let's talk relationships. But yeah, I will start. I will talk about. All right. I will talk about what's important to you, what matters to you most. That's why I have this platform. I shouldn't be eating online, but it's going up. I've only been conscious for 7 years. I've only been woke for 7 years. Yep, I'm 47. I was asleep for the whole other 20. I was walking around sleep, people, for the other 40. And what made it difficult, right, was that I didn't know I was asleep. I was asleep and I was walking around in full confidence that I was asleep. Full confidence in my sleep. This is how it goes. I was walking around with full confidence, people, that I was asleep. Telling you right now. Some of y'all folks, y'all know what that is. We're gonna get some guest hosts in here yet. We're gonna talk relationships tonight, y'all. I appreciate y'all out there. Mm, mm. Had to get that out the way. Some folks eat to live, some folks live to eat. I'm somewhere in between. Had to get that in me, y'all. I want to be woke with y'all for the show. I'm gonna get my man, my good cousin Spence off in here.
What's going on?
Oh, hey, what's happening, baby? Yeah.
Uh, Heading back to the house at the moment.
Righteous, righteous. So I was just telling the people that this is Who Fox With Me Friday. If you fox with me, drop a fox emoji in the comment section. You know what it is. So this was a pretty interesting week, right? Because like a
Yeah.
lot of people watched in, tuned in, and I talked relationships all week. I was tough on the women. I was tough on the men. But this Friday, I was out somewhere last night and I ran into a couple ladies and I come to find out that women actually know how many bodies a man prefers on a woman before he marries her. They know what the mileage limit is, cutoff limit is. They know. Can you believe that? And they still be out here anyway trying to bust it open. What do you think about that, cuz? That they know that only single digits will get them that marital proposal, but yet they just praying it going way higher than that. What do you think about that?
Uh, my thoughts on that one. Uh, I don't, Honestly, cuz I don't really know about that one. That's a good question.
They know. I talked to two women, and at first they gave me the usual responses, people. One lady said there should be no number. I said a limited is unacceptable. Her friend was like, she hemmed and hawed. I said,
I
okay,
said like a good number for me be like 10 at max, or 10 or anything under 20 be somewhat okay. Beyond that, then you just out there just giving yourself up to anybody.
so the interesting thing about what you just said is that men who give a number, they're very definitive about that number. Single digits, because you hear me, single digits. Now, when you consider that women know that a man really prefers a woman in the single digits to marry, that helps these older sisters to understand, like, that's why you're not getting chosen by. That's why it's hard for
Yeah.
these older sisters to find a car because these days men know that you're higher than the mileage limit for them to purchase that car. You're over the limit of men they want to compete with as far as a marital commitment. This is a marital level commitment, people. I push marriage on this show because we're having children outside of wedlock. You feel me?
Yeah. Yep.
But but they know. So when I asked them, I said, "What do you think a man would say in response to my question?" They both had a number. They gave the number up. They said 10 and 5. Those perfect answers because no man that answered the question besides you was a couple that kind of went out there. You said 20 and under is something all right. I'm like, no, no. But most men, 10, 5 was the median answer. Some guys were a 2 or 3 or a 4. 5 was the median answer, the average answer for all men. You hear me? Cuz? So women know. Why do you think women are going over the 10 limit mark?
Because they easily just giving themselves up to anybody out there at this point, or they just want to they want to experience. I guess some women want to feel like they want to experience something before they actually get settled down with somebody because they or they just
And
want to.
look, they get 10 tries. They get they said cat has 9 lives, so do you ladies. Y'all got 9 lives. Because that 10th time, hey, listen to me, that 10th time, that's it. You supposed to be married for the long haul.
Oh yeah.
Ain't no ways around it. You get 9 bodies to spare. Once you hit number 10, that better be your husband, and you better make it last.
Some of them can't make that last because they can't. That temptation factor that they fall into, or
Uh-oh.
one of that glamorous side life that they always think they're gonna have. That's that biggest issue.
Okay. Mute your volume. We're gonna mute your volume till you
Yeah,
get to it. Oh, okay.
I'm just lowering it down. I just got in. The game was on.
Oh, the game, y'all. The game. That dang on game. We gonna get on gaming too. That game break up some relationships.
No, I'm talking about that football. I'm watching the football game.
Oh, okay.
I'm a big sports person, man. I gotta stay with that.
Shout out to all the sports fans out there right now. Cause
Yeah.
inquiring minds want to know:
Yes.
are there any women out there above the age of 25 that don't have more than 10 bodies?
These girls now, so they do it even younger than that. They'll have 30 bodies before they even turn 19.
So you agreeing with me that every woman before she even attempts to settle down probably got 100 bodies on her?
Probably more than that at that point.
Well, I heard it here first on You're a Mess, baby. Women on average have 100 bodies on them, fellas. Get that lie detector test if you don't think that I'm keeping it 100 with you. Now, sisters, ladies, I know that y'all appalled that I'm putting y'all out there this way, but I have to do it. Cause somebody has to do it, man.
Somebody has to, because they won't accept that truth. Even if you tell them that, they still won't accept it. They feel like you just targeting them. Oh, that ain't true. That ain't necessary. But if you listen to how these women make these songs about, they asking about is just giving themselves up to everybody, and they making that acceptable as they life.
About accepting responsibility. Do you think women are ready to hold themselves accountable for their loose, lascivious behavior?
No, they won't. I'm being honest with you. They won't.
Why not?
Because they don't think they have to. They feel like this new generation, they ain't got to hold themselves accountable for nothing. And that's why you have the issues you have now, because there ain't no accountability for it.
You know, women have tried to shame me for dating younger, much younger than my age, right?
Yeah.
Oh, she's only 21, 22, she's a baby. But you was 21, 22, having sex like 6:35, going in a circle. You was having sex like 1:14, heading east and west. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about y'all, older women with all their mileage on them have the nerve to get on older guys who finally have established their value. You know what I'm saying? Finally making around that $70,000 year mark.
Yeah.
Women with the older women, they try to shame us for having these relations with these young women, but y'all know we looking for 10 or less bodies. Now, just because she's 23, 24 years old, it doesn't mean she necessarily doesn't have a whole lot of bodies, but we're still looking for her anyway. That's where our pool is at to search from, because we're assuming that, you know what I'm saying, we gonna still put the lie to the test on her anyway. If she's 23 years old, cuz I might date her and try to marry her, but I'm still gonna lie to the test. Have you been with more than 10 guys? I want to know. I don't want to marry a young hoe or a new or older hoe. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So y'all all gonna get the lie detector test, because they ain't but $200 on the low end in Texas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know how much it is where you at in Milwaukee. You can Google it. Let us know. But in
Yeah.
Texas, you can get a lie detector test for $200. I think there's so much value in doing that, fellas. And look, when I asked them ladies at the bar about the lie detector test, get what they said. Oh, if he gotta go through all that, he got issues.
Well, you can't fault a man for being that way. That's the same as how women would act coming at us in a certain way.
They
Am I
do.
right about that?
I mean, they do, cuz. But here's the deal: the lie detector test. I told them I doubled down. Like
Yeah.
people will say something and try to shame you or make you feel like you judging them, but at the end of the day,
Yeah.
you talking about me getting on one knee, probably publicly, to announce my love to you on a marital level. Before I do that, I want to know if you, like you said, spread it around.
Yeah. Because you don't want to one day bump like you out in public one day walking. Some dude just walk up to her like, hey, it's been a while. He just come up and just randomly hugging and she's just hugging, but you like she was like, oh, that's an old ex of mine. And then those questions will come up. You don't want that.
And look,
I'd rather have a woman up front and honest with me before any of that. So I don't get surprised by nothing. I don't want you hide nothing from me or anything like that. I'd rather have you up front and honest. So I ain't gotta play detective.
is it safe to say that women, by virtue of telling on us first, have tried to monopolize being the more moral party in a relationship? Just
Try
by
to beat.
virtue of them saying men are dogs, all men cheat. Just by them saying that out loud and voicing it, does that necessarily mean that it's true that men are the dogs, not the women? You know what I'm saying?
No, they always, to be honest, the women becoming far worse than the men are.
But they're demanding that right too, though, cuz you see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? They're demanding the right to get out there and bust it open for whoever,
yeah,
whenever.
yeah. And they expect something different all the time. But you can't be the pot calling the kettle black if you out doing the same thing.
Preach.
That's the whole thing I get at when I see like I got a ton of female friends and some of them be out there doing some wild stuff. I'm not giving no names and nothing like that, but some of them out there do some wild stuff. Some of them ain't out there doing wild stuff at all. You know, if they with somebody, they with that one person, but you got some of them who just out here, like you said, out here just trying to bust it open for everybody. They see somebody, oh man, I'm gonna test them out. Like just stuff like that.
So here's the thing. People saying women are more emotional when they have sex, right? I don't know if that was ever true, cuz
They more what?
emotional about having sex. Like if they cheat, they cheat emotionally. It's worse when they cheat because they cheat emotionally first because they put more into it, like a brother than a guy, and he just dip on and dip on, dip on. You know what I'm saying? Dip it in the
Yeah.
stick. You know what I mean? Is
They
that
do
make
make it, but for women, they do make an emotional attachment when they cheat because that's why the reason they do it. They look at like for me in my mindset when I think a woman gonna cheat, she doing it because she looking for a plan B. You just cheating to be cheating. That's how I feel. You ain't out there. You already got plan A. Why do you need plan B if you out there doing it? You trying to make another emotional attachment with somebody else.
so? Do you believe as a man, if you dating somebody or married to somebody, especially if you married to somebody, do you believe that you can tell either through some kind of premonition, through that energy she used to give you going somewhere else? Do you believe that like a man really should be able to tell?
Yeah, I did. I ain't gonna lie to you. I did. I
Okay,
noticed a lot. I noticed a lot of stuff that was different. If if she started dressing more sexier than she usually used to, start wearing different fragrances. She tried to do her hair differently. Like if she won't do that for you on a regular basis, but she trying to do it for somebody else different, yeah, she trying to showcase herself to somebody else.
I love it.
You ain't just ain't out of the blue spontaneously want to do this. No, you put some thought into it because you trying out there trying to show yourself to somebody else.
I talked to a good friend from a long time ago, right from college,
Yeah.
and she was telling me that women do need to have what my man Bernard said. Shout out to Bernard out there. She said that she agrees with women that have what he calls orbiters. So you
Okay.
have the planet, right? See my
Yeah.
glass?
Oh yeah.
Women have orbiters around them that they attract into their solar system for a
Yep.
reason of validation and to feel validated and to just feel alive, or that's just how they do. Like they have. Now, I want to ask you: are you comfortable in your next marriage? If you want to get married again, are you comfortable in your next committed relationship with your woman having orbiters?
I could, to be honest, that's a double-edged sword on that question.
So look, think about it. While you thinking about it, let me put it out here like this. A lot of men are happy that their woman or their wife has orbiters. Not because they have them too, but because the woman that they with might be, just so vibrant and outgoing. They might be a laid back, kind of smooth kind of brother. So they
Yeah.
appreciate that she pushes the energy out there and doesn't force him to talk to her and make him listen to her feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So some men might prefer the women that have guys that they go to for those to get those things off and then come back home. What do you say about that? Man, my cousin, don't come on this show if you have cricket service, everybody. It's not the down cricket. I'm saying don't come on my show if your Android phone is not a subpar. If you bleeping in and out, we know that you don't have proper service. So the show, I will clown you. I will shame you. I'll pull out the shame bag. If you come on my show and you don't have the proper tools to maintain, I will shame you. Maybe his battery went out. I don't know. But this is what I want to say to everybody. I think that my cousin's keeping it 100. I myself prefer to be the kind of guy that I want you to know that, like, women, if I say y'all too easy and the fellas, like, you know what I'm saying, I say y'all too easy women and the fellas, y'all not discriminate enough. Now,
Sorry, my screen went out.
discrimination is a bad word when it comes to you being held back by the color of your skin or your sexual preference or whatever the case may be. Discrimination is a bad thing when it comes to you like that. But fellas, when it comes to choosing a lifetime partner, discrimination is key. Should I sing it?
Yep.
It's key. Cause talk to the people about your experience and your marriage and talk about the word discrimination. If you had to discriminate against your ex-wife for certain reasons, right?
Yeah.
Would that be a good thing or a bad thing?
That's a good thing because that helps you look for the next stuff so you don't fall for that same stuff again.
All right. Respect. Taibu Mu'addib right here. Welcome, everybody that's just tuning in. Welcome to your mess, the Who Fox With Me Friday version. If you fox with me, drop a fox emoji in the comment section. Let's go. Me and my man, my cousin out here, man. He in Milwaukee. Shout out to the 608, the 414, the whole joint. What's Appleton's area code? 982 or something like that.
I think it's like 920, like 920.
Yeah, 920. Yeah. Shout out to all the Wisconsin, man. You know, y'all out there doing y'all thing. So here's the deal, cuz. So women, they know that men aren't really even proposing to the average woman that has 10 or more bodies, right?
Yeah.
But they're consciously going over the number. So this is why I say women were always the dogs in the relationship. They were always cheating, because by virtue of them just saying men are dogs, but by them playing on our sympathy, by them doing a better job of playing the victim role than we do. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Cry in public, cry to their family, cry to anybody really than the man would. So by virtue of being a woman and using them charms, he's a dog, he hurt me, cheated. But women do that, but because I think that they were always really, it's so difficult to find a woman that's not cheating because that has more than 10 bodies. It's just like once she gets past that 10th body, I just feel like they're not real. The sex is not special. Men are no longer special to them. You know what I'm saying? After that 10th person, it's clear, ladies, fellas, it's clear that there's you can't do anything more special with her. Even
exactly.
go ahead.
It's about how they hold value of themselves. If they have no value, they're just gonna devalue themselves all the time. A man looks for a woman who has some type of particular value, that has actual values to herself, how she carries herself, how her mentality is, everything. These dudes now, they just see what they see is like, oh, I gotta pick a hood chick or anything like that. Those would be the worst ones because they got no value to themselves. Because they out there sharing themselves with the community, literally.
So ladies, thanks to Taibu Mu'addib's genius and this platform, You're a Mess, you are no longer by rights or automatically the moral high ground person in a relationship. We have to go in discriminating against you, ladies, and being skeptical of everything and putting you on a lie detector test. Fellas, women are the highest rate of HIV cases. They bring it into the community because they're too easy. They don't discriminate. They're not requiring men to make a marital level commitment before they open them legs up. Also, they're birthing 67% of African children are coming into homes without a father.
Yep.
That's a really high number, people. 2 out of the 3 African children in this country, born in this country, are born into a single parent household by a single one. So y'all, all these tales. That's why one of my mans is sway to come on here and talk about women that are just getting pregnant and trying to trap guys that got it going on for child support and for extra money. The thing is this: women being comfortable opening their legs to men who won't offer them a marital level commitment is one thing, but them being comfortable having children and bringing children into a single household, just them and the child. You see where I'm going with this? Cause I don't want to blame the sisters, man. I'm just talking about the statistics. The statistics say y'all have to be accountable for your behavior. Stop saying, oh, he tricked me, oh, he promised me these things. He obviously clear. And if you'd have had him marry you first, alimony, let me tell y'all something. Ladies, in this country, when he signed that dotted line and marry you, you can retain his name after marriage. He got to fight you to get his name back. You know what I'm saying? You can keep his name. The alimony is ridiculous. He has to maintain you, right? So don't get it twisted. Go ahead.
Hey, I didn't have to do that with mine. Because I ended up when I filed for the divorce, they was like, I didn't have to pay no alimony because she walked out of the marriage.
Okay.
And that kind of goes how it goes too. If the man end up walking out and leaving, then he gonna eventually have to pay her most of that because he's the one leaving it all. I didn't decide to leave. I didn't leave the house. I didn't leave anything. She left all that. And she just took it upon herself to do that. But so they wasn't rewarding her nothing for that. And she decided to leave. She decided to leave me for another person. So that really hurted her in the same case too.
All right. Did she ask for alimony even though she left?
She was trying to ask for a lot of stuff. They wouldn't give her. I put myself on child support because I was thinking of my children at that point in time. I wasn't thinking about her or anything else. I was just thinking about my kids.
Explain that you put yourself on child support.
I just told them, I was like, I'm putting myself on the child support because they weren't going to give her anything. But I was like, I just put myself on it because I knew later on that probably would have bit me later. If something else didn't happen, then she would have probably went after me for it later. So I just say, you know what? I'm just going to put myself on it now so I ain't got to worry about it.
So she left you in the relationship, walked out of the relationship, and took the kids with her?
Yep.
Okay, so explain how that happened.
Well, I didn't know it happened. I just got a weird text message one month on a Monday. Like she asked me, was like, hey, was I at home or at work? I was like, you already know I'm at work. Because I guess she had scheduled surgery, so she was staying by her mom's house or whatever. So she had to have the surgery, so she had to be there. and they were helping her with the younger two.
Okay.
While my daughter was, I was taking my daughter to school.
All right.
So all of a sudden, I guess she was planning a whole bunch of other stuff that I didn't know about. But when I got that text message that Monday, she asked me a question. I was just like, I just thought it was weird. And then when I got home, I just see the whole house trashed. And she's like, she took the kids' stuff, took her stuff, whatever she could take, and they trashed the house. And I was kind of upset about that. I went to try to go get my kids. I didn't care about her. I was like, I'm coming to get my kids. And they were like fighting me to keep my kids there. So I was like, you know what? I left it at that. They was like, okay, they want to do it that way. I'm cool with it. Like, I just left it. I didn't want to argue or fight with nobody, even though my mindset was somewhere else different at that particular moment.
Yeah, bro, that's tough. That's tough. Well, we're live right here, man. That's my cousin has an interesting story, man. We're gonna when the more he comes on, we're gonna get to the bottom of this because there's something ain't right. I'm a lady, whoever you are, you a mess. I want you on my show. Ooh. Shay Houston, everybody.
What's up, everybody?
She ain't no joke. Until she picks the theme song, we're gonna go with I Ain't No Joke. We're gonna go ahead and bust it out real quick right now. Friday, who fox with me Friday? If you fox with me, make sure that you drop a fox emoji in the comment section, man. Right here with my cousin Spence, man. We talking relationships. If you want to talk relationships in the virtual studio, make a comment and I will. She ain't no joke. Hey. She ain't no joke. I ain't no joke right around 7 today with Shay. Cuz, did you know that she said Rakim was whack? Man, shoot.
I did not.
I almost divorced her. We ain't even got married yet. I'm talking about.
I didn't say it was whack. I was just saying it's old. Like,
I don't even.
That's what I would.
I told her to pick her own intro, but she would until she does. What am I to do? She got to have an intro song. I got one, right?
Yep.
Everybody help me out here.
Anywho.
So right around 7 today is what's going on with that?
I don't know.
Man, yeah, I'm talking about. I can't make this up, man. Cuz.
Yes.
Your wife was plotting and picking things up and doing other kind of things, but what I really want to know. I'm looking up. It's probably the easiest, best way to do it like that. Look that up right there.
Right.
I'm just being right. We guys do it right.
You should have been ready.
Nah, not with this computer. Because you spent 2 weeks. You spent 2 weeks putting stuff on my computer. Now I don't want to act right. So then she want to take her stuff. I heard you don't want to use my stuff now. She want to get something better.
Really? No, I just got home.
Look, so shout out to everybody joining on a Friday night, man. I really appreciate y'all. Taibu Mu'addib, we talking relationships. We got Shay in the building. She lives right around 7 today and her Ask Shay portion. If you have a question to ask Shay, drop in the comment section, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I'm telling you right now, she's a solid person, man. She'll get you right. So I'm gonna say personally, cuz that I just feel like what's going on the Glock, what's going on, baby? It's Friday. If you fox with me, drop a fox emoji in the comment section. Who fox with me Friday? Spence. Cause women are too easy. Go ahead. What we got here? Women are too on the Glock. Women are too easy. Women, y'all too easy. Stop being easy, ladies, and then blaming us later on down the line for dogging y'all and treating y'all like y'all want to be treated.
Black men.
Mm-hmm. You agree with that, Spence?
Yep. Like my mindset is like this. Like, I prefer a woman that's gonna make me work for it than just like easily just give it out to me. If I ain't gotta put no work into it, and it's like, yeah, you ain't the person for me. Because if you give it up to me that easy, there's gonna be another guy that's gonna be coming along. You're gonna do the same thing.
And on that note, cause I really believe that we own to something here because women be calling men dogs and all men cheat. We get a bad rap, but they're not talking about like they're not pointing at them, and we have to get them on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's what I'm thinking. We should get them on that. All right, we're
A
gonna get
lot, a
this
lot of
screen
a lot
share
of
going
women.
over here.
It's the thing about it. A
Hey,
lot of women won't admit to that
we
they
gotta
have
get
that's a flaw to them.
it.
A lot of women won't admit it. Some will. Like they'll talk about other women in that category, and they'll some of them own up to what they do, but a lot of women just don't. They feel like it's okay to do this, it's okay to do that. Oh, I'm single, I can do whatever I want to do, but you build after a while, you build a
True.
reputation for yourself. You build a reputation to yourself, and that's not a good one either. Because if men see that, they be like, "Okay, man, I'm just going." That notion gets passed along, and they tell that to other men, and then other men come along and do what they do. Because if she's easy like that, of course they're gonna have their way at it.
I appreciate that. Here goes the right or wrong segment. Check me out. We're gonna decide this person's opinion is right or wrong. All right, Shay, give us the background.
Oh, she asked him what does the number one issue that he has with dating black women, and he started talking about what marriage means to him. So I want y'all to see what he says, and y'all let us know, do y'all feel he's right or wrong?
All right. I don't have. it.
Just quick. I'm gonna get it out.
That's what I was saying.
Raggedy.
It was working just fine
Don't
top
play it right
until you
here.
borrowed it. You know what I'm saying?
Don't play it right here.
For real, she borrowed my computer and then went and got her own. But I still got all these cookies and stuff on my computer. I can't even clean it out
But
now.
what you
Yeah.
mad at me for?
That's how if it's not working properly, you know, you talking about it raggedy, you ain't pull that off. So I can't screen share because my
Because
computer.
his computer is old and dusty.
I was running the show just fine without her, y'all, because I ain't have all this stuff on my show and I have all this stuff on my computer and
Old and dusty.
it was working. So yeah.
Can you just show him why you ranting?
No, I'm doing my thing because I know what I'm doing. All right, y'all, here we go.
Marriage is a business. It's not about love. The foundation of marriage never was about love. Now, what we have today, romanticization of what marriage is, yeah, that's great. Do I believe in love? Yes, absolutely. But if we're gonna sit here and say that that's what it's based on.
So you would get married, but it would be for a business reason.
I mean, I could get married for a business reason, but I would like to find love, and I also like to be in marriage. Like, so I like to analyze what I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I get married for love, that means I'm not looking at the financial implications of marrying this person.
Okay.
And it's whatever it is.
Okay. So this is Teddy Virgo 36. What's the age range you would date?
So
did y'all hear what he said?
Yep.
Basically saying that marriage is a business decision.
It feels like it is now. There's no real value or real marriage things anymore. It just feel like it really just a business proposition now.
Digital B on put a comment in and says, "Wow, the system rewards women for breaking up." Shaking my head, even if it's their fault. Don't trust the system. That's an accurate statement, cuz I respect you for putting that out there. I mean, well, do you think he's right or wrong? Sound like he's right.
Yeah, because right now is marriage is like people ain't marrying for the right reasons. Now people just getting married just to get married. They think it's like a fashion thing because they see dumb people on like dumb rappers getting married to somebody like, oh, I'm marrying this chick, and everybody want to follow that trend. It's like, no, we got to marry somebody for they mind, their heart, their soul, their true being of them. You just marry. People want to just marry just to marry.
Well,
They want the fancy weddings and stuff like that, but they don't want to do the real stuff that comes with the marriage.
he was talking about knowing why he said if he marries a woman for love, he's not going to ask her for any financial help. Right? That's saying a lot. So
Yeah.
if you know, he says if he marries her and for coming together and being a team, he know going in. He's saying going in knowing why you marry is important. Knowing why you
Yeah.
marry is important. Everybody. My opinion about this is this: he's wrong because he's not expressing what I feel is the right reason to get married. Right? I feel like he's wrong. It's love and finance, all that other stuff. That's one thing. The bottom line is when you get married, it's a totally selfish decision anyway. You know, if you think about it, and all the marriages that fail, people getting out of marriages for a lot of reasons. The number one reason, y'all, is abuse, in case you didn't know it. It's not always physical abuse, it could be financial abuse, emotional abuse. But the number one reason in these days that women, especially women, are leaving relationships and marriages is because of abuse. Right? These days, they're not even waiting for the abuse for it to continue. They're getting out. Even the non-physical abuses, they're getting out. They're not waiting around for the man to correct his behavior. Some of y'all good women might go to counsel with the guy, help him with issues, but when most of the marriages these days are breaking up because of abuse, some sort of abuse in the home. Here's the thing.
But you know what's so crazy about that? Half of the women know that prior to be ready to get married, and they still marry these dudes, thinking that they're gonna change, but they never do. But some of them, sometimes it be some women that are abusive like that too.
True, true. Uh, my point in saying that is this. So I believe his opinion is wrong because I believe that getting married is a very selfish decision by two different people.
Selfish or selfish?
Selfish. When you marry somebody, like he's saying, you know the reason. The person you marry might not know the reason. Y'all go back and watch that episode I have where I talk about, you know what I'm saying? You put it down to you. You might not know the reason. What was the topic was stepping stones. The relationship topic on one of my shows last week, I believe. Before that, you got to binge watch, and catch up. I did relationship podcast because on stepping stones. The topic was, are stepping stone relationships necessary? Right? I think it was multiple choice Monday. Are they necessary? Or are they like I talked about how people getting stepped on, right? The person
Yep.
that's stepped on, right? They don't know it. The person doing the stepping, they know exactly what they doing. So these days, like in my situation, cuz I can talk more about my situation. My ex-wife, I was a stepping stone for her. She married me to step on me and move on to somebody else. Now
Yep.
it was an ex that she wanted back, but what I'm saying is I was a stepping stone. All right. So with that being said, that man, I believe he's wrong because he's saying if I do marry for this reason, if I marry for that reason, I'm going to have these expectations. That makes it a pretty. It's a selfish act. You see what I'm saying? Cuz
It is in a sense. I agree. I agree with that.
we're not even marrying people these days for them. I'm not. I have. If I marry Shay, I'm marrying her to upbuild her, to uplift her, to make her life better by joining my life to it. But people these days are getting married for very selfish reasons. What can I get out of her? I'm going to marry her to lock her down so she shouldn't be out there. She might, but she shouldn't be out there spreading around. You see what I'm saying? So people are getting married. They're not even getting married for the other person's benefit. That's why you ladies, I'm telling y'all, vet the guy, vet him. You know, be serious about that. Because if he's marrying you because you look good, and Shay, she just did the show, like she brought it out there where the lady was like, "Oh, it don't matter how good you look. You can be Holly Berry or Beyonce. He'll still cheat, right?" So we dealing with a phenomenon here where people are. Make sure, ladies, if y'all gonna reverse the trend and and lie detector us before you say I do or I will. If he gets down on his knee at a public at a baseball game, let's say, right, at like an NFL game, and on the big jumbotron he says, "Will you marry me? Marry me?" You know what I'm saying?
You put a
She
lot of
supposed
thought
to
and
be,
work in that.
she supposed to be like, yo, I'll consider it after you get the lie detector test. You know what I'm saying? That should be Lay's response. Stop going in with your eyes wide shut. All right.
What are you talking
The only lady in the room. The only lady in the room.
chocolate?
Spence,
Yeah.
protect yourselves, people. The lie detector test only costs $200 in Texas. I don't know how much it costs where you at, but before, fellas, you offer a marital level commitment, and females, before you accept one from a guy, get that lie detector test, man. It'd be the best $200 you ever spent. Taibu Mu'addib right here, Shay. Do you believe you got it wrong? I said wrong. My cousin said right. What do you believe?
I'm gonna say it's in between.
Okay.
I mean, you gotta look at it too. With both of y'all gonna be making more money,
That
so that's more stuff that y'all could be doing.
that and all honestly, that's a given in a relationship.
I
If you
know,
that's in marriage, that's a given.
but not
The financial thing should
some
be a
relationships.
given automatically.
In some relationships, they don't look at it like that. They
No,
like,
no, I'm
oh,
talking about. I say if you're in a marriage, that should be a given already. You know, that should be a given in a marriage. Y'all gonna bring together regardless of anything because that's y'all joining. That should be our. That's an automatic.
even getting married for just to get that. Oh, we'll be making like $100,000 if we get together and we get married and we put this on paper. You know what I'm saying? But two, it's a lot of people that don't look at they like, oh shoot, well, this my money, that's your money. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
you know,
Right.
so it just
Well,
depends on.
that's because they came into it before that. I can understand that concept of it because they both came in with money, so that's theirs that nobody can really touch. But what they make together in the marriage, they gotta split that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wisconsin is definitely a community property state, man. What's mine yours and what's yours is yours. I'm just saying, here's the deal. We're gonna go to the ass shape portion in a hot second. Let me say this before we leave this right or wrong segment. You a waffler. Is he right or wrong? I mean, give us your opinion after you give us an answer. Was he right or was he wrong? You see how she do, y'all? This
He
is
was
Shay
wrong.
Houston.
I
This is
feel
Shay
he was
Houston,
wrong.
everybody. This is Shay Houston, everybody.
The wrong kind of outweighed, so I'm gonna say right.
Okay, she said he's wrong. Two wrongs and one right. Taibu Mu'addib right here, man, with the lovely Shay Houston, and we talking to my man's, my cousin special out there in the Bill Willie. Remember, if you have a question for Shay, make sure that you tap in, make your comment, leave your comment and your question on the comment section. I'll go back and watch the show. I'll see the comments. So when you guys watch it, you guys can still leave comments on YouTube after you watch the video. So leave your comments there. We'll get the question answered. Okay. Hey Shay, I wanted to ask your opinion. If you are in a serious committed relationship, is it okay to have friendly relationship with your exes or male friends? I have guy friends that I don't desire or look at them in a way that would make my boyfriend feel some type of way, like a brother/cousin relationship. Right?
Um, I wish we would put more like how long they've been together and all that.
Okay.
You know, if they was married, but she's saying a relationship. So.
Okay.
But I don't know. That's like a tricky topic because it depends on the person. Because I done been in relationships where they didn't really care that I had, you know, brother friendships, cousins, you know what I'm saying? And I talk to them, you know, every now and then. But I done been in a relationship too where it's like, nip that in the bud, leave, lock out. You shouldn't be talking to no dudes. Da, da, da. So it's kind of a toss up. But if that's what your guy or your girl, whoever you with, feels that way, then you slide.
What do you think, Spence, about the ass shape portion? You know, what's up? It sounds like she says, uh,
She has.
Is it okay to have friendly relationships with your exes or males out in the community, just men that you randomly meet or at your job? Is it okay to have connections while you're in a secure relationship with other men? What do you think?
Um,
Or vice versa.
Vice versa. Like, it's okay to have just them as friends, but as far as like exes, no. You keep it cordial, just keep it moving. You ain't gotta keep socializing with them because that ex eventually just gonna try to creep into your back of your relationship. Because if he see you, he or her sees you happy with somebody, they gonna try their best to try to mess that up because they hate to see you happy with somebody else. So you shouldn't be continue that conversation with them. If you got like male friends or female friends, it's okay to have them, but don't cross the line and make it known early on in your relationship, like, hey, I do have female friends, or hey, I have male friends, so they'll be okay. You introduce them to them. Y'all all get to meet, introduce each other, so they'll know. Like they let this person know, like this is my person I'm with. These are my friends. I socialize with them, or these are my coworkers. I socialize with them. Get that on that level, so there's nothing hidden from you or nothing. You ain't
Popping
have
out.
nothing. So a person don't think that way, saying like I don't want you talking to them or like that, because you don't want that type of relationship, because that's what caused problems.
Right. Right. Um.
And that's understandable too. And even if you have a baby mama or a baby daddy, I know you still have to communicate, but it shouldn't be on no where you talk
Because
say outside the kids.
yeah, like some of them in that case, like you got them bitter parent ones. They just like, look, if it ain't about the children, don't bother calling.
Right.
It's got to be about the kids. It shouldn't be about anything else. They'll be arguing about anything else that has nothing to do with me or the person I'm seeing or anything of that nature. Because y'all not together. You should just gotta, hey, does the kids need anything? Or you can call me and let me know, like, hey, the child needs this, the child needs that. That's it. You shouldn't be doing anything else. No person shouldn't, the kids' fathers or kids' mothers shouldn't be dictating to how your lifestyle is.
I respect that. I respect that.
So
So,
what you got to say?
if I was advising you, young lady, about these friend issues, I would say, like, kind of like what my cousin said, I would say, like, check in with your man, fellas. If you got these connections, check in with your lady. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh, check in with that person. How do you feel about this, sweetheart? How do you feel about this, honey? You know what I'm saying? Check in with the person that you with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with getting a lot, like in America, you can't do certain things without express written consent. So they have HIPAA laws, right?
Yep.
Somebody requests your medical information, they have to produce your express written consent before they can give it out, right? So that's how I feel about this situation, young lady out there. Whoever you are, get express written consent from the person that you're with, because they might be like, "Oh, it's cool." Have them text it to you or put it in writing somehow, so you can show them, "Hey, look, sweetheart, this is who that is." That you said, we agreed that cool as long as I'm not on that level. Here's the problem with the young lady, like what she's talking about, and this goes to what you said too, because if you don't get express written consent from the person that you're with, and you're found to be texting them and reaching out to them and hollering at them or whatever, if you leaving the job site to go see and promote and do things with the person that you're friends with or whatever, there's just some close contact or some things that you can do that show an intent to be helping.
Yeah.
If it just pops up or a guy just pops up, new or old, you're without express written consent in that situation is bogus. If you promote something to your guy or fellas, to your girl under false pretense, right? You say something real slick, real smooth, and they're like, yeah, go ahead, have a good time. Then find out later, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't that. Now what do you do? So, young lady, whoever you are, get express written consent from the person that you with. Make sure they text it to you. Get an email. Get it in writing from that person because people forget or people change their mind. You know what I'm saying? You can go back to the email or text message and be like, "Hey, this is what we agreed," right? Because some folks think I'm gonna let you go ahead. Because some folks believe that you can't handle it, or if you bring it out to initially, because like this, you bring it out to initially, they might not want to seem or come across as insecure or jealous. They say yeah up front, but then when they hit, you know what I mean? When they hit, it hit different. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like they might ask you about it. Like women are real good at it. I don't know what you even tell us. Women are real good at it. You know, oh I don't see him that way. It's nothing like that, whatever, whatnot. But something come up and she didn't connect with this person above what she said initially, right?
Yep.
So you know, you express written consent and then chill out and do whatever you do. All right, get it in writing that we're gonna agree male friends and female friends are allowed as long as it doesn't go to a certain point.
Yep.
That it might be important to bring it up say, anyway, young lady, because at least now you're starting a discussion about what the person what their expectations is. That's a way to do it. That if you date somebody, cuz and that person isn't okay with you having female friends, but you know your female friends is cool and got your back, you know what I'm saying? Support your business, whatever the case may be, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Then that might not be the person for y'all. It might not be the person for you. So express written consent. Because if that person is willing to give it, that might be the person for you.
We already
To be honest, cuz you're absolutely right on that one. Because in that case too, that can help a person spot a cheater as well. You be like, hey, I want to give you written, that consent, and if they don't want to go along with that, be like, why not? Because then that proves that they have something to hide. That's actually a good one. I ain't never thought of that one.
It's your mess with Taibu Mu'addib, confirmed genius. I want y'all to know that until we have unity of thought and unity of purpose, we'll never have in the home, we'll never have be able to have unity in community. That's the bottom line. Because I appreciate you coming on here again, man. We love you as a guest. We always have a good. Y'all get ready for next week, but we have topics like women and their exes. Signs of a cheating signs of a cheater / a cheating person, and then alimony versus child support. What's the difference, right? Men, beware, beware. We got exciting topics coming up next week. I'm gonna drop them down. I'm gonna start making sure all the topics for the week are known before we even hit Monday. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna post it. So one post, y'all will know what the deal is. If you want to be a guest, a virtual guest of my cousin here on Your Mess. Get off your chest. So everybody know where you stand. Just go ahead and leave a comment. We'll link up. Email me your information at 4coachtype@gmail.com. I'll put that in the comment section. If you want to reach out to me, I will do counseling for you if you need me to. For that, you can go to /coach and we'll get it out there. So, guys, going over here. We looking for it. It's all good. Final comments, man, about the relationship thing. What do the people really need to know about getting it right, about building something healthy?
I couldn't hear you on that one.
Your final comments on relationships. What can people do to build something healthy with somebody else? What's the key for you?
True, real communication. You gotta have that right away, off bat. That's a key to. That's a real big key to success for any relationship. You got to have real communication, open, good communication. Don't shut each other off. You got to speak to each other, talk, even if there's nothing really to talk about. Just talk.
All right, there you have it. Because you know what it is. Multiple Choice Mondays coming up. I'm gonna have the bomb topic. Tap in, tune in, like, post, and share. Please subscribe on YouTube. Your Master Podcast channel. Taibu Mu'addib. Look it up by the name. Boom. That's. Thank you very much, guys. See you on Monday.
All right, man.
We got the hot mic. We got the hot